everyone and welcome back to another video. Today I am making some very tasty Biscoff blondies. It's a Jane's patisserie recipe, so I will leave the original recipe link down below for you. But I will talk you through all of the ingredients that you need and then show you a step-by-step of how to make them. So yeah, they look really tasty. As you can see, you don't need too many ingredients, so they're not that difficult to make. So I hope you enjoy. If you do, please don't forget to give the video a like so I know that you've enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I upload 2 or 3 times a week and it's usually foodie content, so I share our grocery hauls, meals of the week and family recipes. So yeah, hit subscribe if you haven't already and let's get baking. Okay, so these are all the ingredients you need. So I've got 2 different types of sugar here. So I've got a caster sugar, which is 125 grams, and a light brown sugar, which is 125 grams. I've then got some plain flour here, which is 275 grams, and also a tablespoon of corn flour. I have got 200 grams of butter, which I'm going to melt. And then I've got 3 eggs. You need just a teaspoon of vanilla. And then white chocolate chips. Now the recipe does say 200 grams. I, for some reason, just ordered one of these bags without even thinking about how many was in there. And there's only 100 grams in there. So I'm just going to put 100 grams in, but the recipe does say 200 grams. So it's completely up to you. I think they'll be quite rich anyway. So, I mean, you probably don't even have to add the white chocolate anyway. But, you know, add a bit more sugar and calories to it anyway. I've got 250 grams of the Biscoff spread. See, I've bought the branded one, but you could get the like Aldi version if you wanted to. And then I've also got 100 grams of the Biscoff biscuits, which are going to be kind of chopped up and they get sprinkled over the top before it gets baked. So it's quite easy. You just melt the butter and then kind of mix all of those ingredients together. So I'll just melt the butter and then I will come back and show you the next step. First step is just to put your melted butter into your bowl. Obviously I'm going to use my mixer, but if you don't have one, you could just use a mixing bowl and a wooden spoon. It's really easy to combine all of these ingredients. So I'm going to put my melted butter in there, and then I'm also just going to go in with my 2 different sugars. And then I'm going to just let those combine. Okay, once they are mixed together, you're just going to put your vanilla in. So a teaspoon, which I just tend to just chuck a bit in. And then you're going to put your 3 eggs. And then you've got your plain flour and your corn flour. You can sieve it if you want to. I don't tend to bother if I'm using the mixer because it gets a good sort of whisk up in there and it makes it quite light and airy. But, you know, I'm sure people that are professional bakers would probably sieve it. But, you know, I'm all for an easy life. So I'm just going to put my mixer back on and let those combine. Okay, that's mostly combined, but you might need to just go around with a wooden spoon because I do find that some of the flour gets caught at the sides. So I'm just going to give that a get all that flour in. Does anyone else find it really hard not to eat all of the raw cake mix while you're making it? I tend to eat so much raw cake mix and butter icing. Actually, when the stuff's cooked, I don't actually want it. I know it's probably bad for you, but it's the best bit if you ask me. I'm just going to pop that back on just to combine that last bit of flour. Okay. That is all really really nicely combined in there now, so I will show you that in a sec. Okay, so you can see there you've got a really nice kind of caramelly sort of cake mix. Obviously, because you've used the brown sugar, it's a bit sort of more caramelly than sort of a normal cake mix. So that's looking really good. And then you just want to very gently mix in your chocolate drops. So you don't want them completely smashed up by the mixer. So like I say, I'm putting 100 grams in. You could put as much as you want in. But yeah, I've got 100 grams. And then you just gently fold those through the cake mix. So they're kind of evenly mixed through. And that is kind of it for the blondie mixture. So I'm just going to get my tin and line my tin, and then I'll show you the last bit before we pop them in the oven. You want about an 8-inch square tin if you have one. I didn't think I had a square one actually, but I managed to find this one in the back of the cupboard. So yeah, and then you just line it with some baking paper, just so obviously it doesn't stick and it's easy to just lift out. So to pop your baking paper in, and then just go in with your blondie mixture. Okay, so when it's in there, you just want to make sure it's kind of evenly spread so it bakes evenly. Otherwise it tends to pool in the middle and your edges might get a bit burnt. So that's kind of evenly spread. And then you literally get your Biscoff spread and you kind of dollop it on. You very carefully just use your spoon just to swirl it through your cake mix. So obviously it will sort of melt and cook into it. You just want to give it a bit of a swirl just so it's sort of mixed in. Looks and smells amazing. I think mainly me and my husband will eat these because Archie doesn't like Biscoff and Henry doesn't like anything cakey, so that's always a winner as well if you make something that's kind of a bit more adult. Probably send some of these in to my husband's work as well, for them to enjoy. But yeah, so you just pop all of your Biscoff on the top there. You just want to kind of roughly chop your biscuits. Obviously they crumble. And then you just want to scatter those over the top of your blondie mixture. And then obviously when you bake it in the oven, they go all sort of crunchy and crispy on the top, and then obviously you slice it. So you just want to try and kind of evenly spread those if you can, but you will chop it up anyway, so it doesn't make too much difference. Okay, and then you just want to bake that in your oven at 180 degrees for 25 to 30 minutes. And then you allow to cool. And if you actually want them to go kind of really set, so they're sort of a bit firmer, you can just pop them in the fridge for a couple of hours. So I'm just going to get these in the oven and I will show you them when they are done. And here is the blondie all out of the oven. So you want it to be baked so it's kind of cooked obviously, but it's still sort of a bit squidgy in the middle, and you're just going to let that cool down for an hour. And then, like I say, you can pop it in the fridge. So depends how patient you are, I guess, before you want to eat it. But yeah, it's a really easy one to do. You don't need too many ingredients, but it looks and smells fantastic. Okay, so this has been cooling now for a good couple of hours. So you just want to take a sharp knife and just give it a cut. Obviously, you can cut it into however many you want. I don't think you're going to want a huge slice because it's going to be very rich. So do it like that, and then maybe 4. I think 16 is probably a good number. And then you can see there, they're all like gooey inside, but like sort of crunchy on the outside. Oh, that one's got a nice bit of Biscoff in there. I think the ones on the edge obviously are a bit more cakey, and then the ones in the middle are like super gooey. So yeah, we're going to enjoy those with a cup of tea. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you're going to give these tasty blondies a go, please don't forget to leave me a comment down below. I love to have a chat with you all in the comments. So as always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye! If you do, please don't forget to give the video a like so I know that you'd